Okay, let's jump over to the other potential shootout on the afternoon slate. We've got the Lions versus the Cardinals. This one is a 55.5 over under, half a point less than the Seahawks and Cowboys, which is a little bit surprising considering what the Lions have done offensively, but I think Vegas is anticipating the return of Kenny Golladay, which really opens up this offense for Matt Stafford. Hopefully, it's looking promising that Kenny Golladay is going to be back this week. And I really think the Lions took the same approach that the Eagles did with Miles Sanders. They could have started him last week, but they chose not to. They wanted to make sure he was fully healthy before he comes back. I have total confidence in Kenny Golladay this week, and I really think that will lead to this being the shootout that they want it to be. I think this over-under may be a little bit over-ambitious, but I do think there will be a lot of fantasy points to be had here. Lions have been pretty terrible across the board, giving up a ton of points, quarterbacks, running backs, average against receiver and tight ends, whereas the Cardinals haven't really faced any tremendous talent at the quarterback position. Don't at me with Jimmy Garoppolo, but Dwayne Haskins last week, and the receivers, they did give up a ton of points to Terry McLaurin, but other than that, have been the best team against the receiver. I think that's a bit skewed because of the fact that they haven't faced any real threat at receiver. So this should be a good game. I like all of the main guys here. Stafford, I like Golladay. Jones should rebound with Golladay being able to take out more of the looks from Patrick Peterson. Marvin Jones should have a day. TJ Hockenson, hopefully he's a bit more involved in this game. And the Cardinals, if they're continuing on their scoring trend, the Lions are going to have to score a lot of points to keep up. Deandre Swift is interesting to me. I think you can jam him into your lineup as well, especially in PPR leagues. He's seen a really high target share for a running back and has been involved enough for me to trust him. He has a pretty good baseline of points and could blow up any week now. Not that interested in Adrian Peterson because the Cardinals could get out to a really hot start and then he's game scripted out pretty quickly. And if Golladay is back, I'm not going to jam Danny Amendola into my lineup with Golladay and Jones getting the majority of the targets there. Kerryon Johnson, if you even have him on your bench anymore, just drop him. I don't foresee a world where you're using him in fantasy at any point this year. Quintus Cephas with Golladay back is probably going to get relegated back to dust, and there's no way you're starting the Lions defense this week. On the Cardinals side, I mean, we've got the trifecta of Murray, Drake, and Hopkins. You're starting them every single week. Outside of them, it gets a little bit more murky. Chase Edmonds had that touchdown in week 1. He saw his snap share go down again last week, barely had any touches. Chase Edmonds to me is pretty much like Alexander Madison is to Dalvin Cook, where you have to roster him if you have Kenyan Drake because he's a league winner if Kenyan Drake gets hurt, but he's not someone you're starting unless you're absolutely desperate. Larry Fitzgerald and Christian Kirk, one of these guys will have a good game. Probably going to be Christian Kirk. At some point, he's got to break free with some of those longer passes. But, I mean, last week they didn't really have to force the issue and go deep down the field because Washington let them just continue to run the ball with Kyler Murray. And that's hurting Christian Kirk a lot right now. Larry Fitzgerald is just not a lot of upside there, but he could end up, having enough targets where Christian Kirk has another poor game. So I'm probably not trying to jam either of those guys into my lineup. Same problem with Isabella as we have with Kirk, just not enough deep passing need yet. And Dan Arnold just not getting nearly enough target share to warrant a tight end start. Cardinals defense is interesting to me, but if this game turns into a shootout, I probably don't want to be playing either defense here, so I'll try to avoid them. Overall, I think the Cardinals can win this game, but I think it will be close. I got the Cardinals winning 28-27, winning with a final drive, or we could have another situation where they were to stop Matthew Stafford from coming back, although he's very good at that. I think the Cardinals can edge this one out. So this is technically hitting the under in this game, but still a very high scoring game overall, 28-27.